Hey, it's Spence from LaunchFlows.com, and I just wanted to give you an update before I head for the evening on the tabbed one component feature for LaunchFlows. So basically, I've been adding this feature that allows you with one shortcode to get an array of components, all styled, and I've added a couple special things that make this even easier. This is ideal instead of what you can already do, which is to kind of custom build your own layout from the pieces. And it's designed to be useful either on the standard classic Gutenberg editors or even inside of your other page builder. And it's got the baked in features that are otherwise just fiddly and hard to achieve. So let me show you what it looks like. And by the way, it's worth mentioning it'll pick up the default colors that you enact in your theme, so it doesn't have to be red. But it will have generally this two-column responsive layout. So it works really well when you want to just plop it into a wide screen, because it was really inspired by the Shopify layout and their multi-tab and how it has the buttons and all the other components. Now we've done some slightly different things to accommodate the fact it's based on WordPress, but the feel of it is there and the mechanics are there. So the basic idea is you throw something to the cart. In this case, I've thrown a test product. Now, when you come in, you'll first be shown the billing fields. Those can be completely customized with your normal free Checkout Field Manager plugin for WooCommerce, which is a feature that I don't build in LaunchFlows, but those of you who have seen me show this before know you simply go ahead, and there's several free ones out there. I'm using a new one, which I kind of like as much as the old one. It allows me to customize in the billing fields area which of the fields will actually be displayed. So in this case, I'm not showing the phone, but I am showing just the email, the first name, and the last name. And those are enabled, the rest are all disabled. If you wanted to add new fields, just turn them on or edit them. You can do anything you want with this. So the output will show up in this area. Here with the virtual product, I don't need the shipping. So what's neat is that the billing fields are limited to just the things for virtual product. Now, if it is a shippable product, it will have the tab for shipping. And you'll notice I can use the buttons or I can use the links at the top, which is a feature that's hard to do when you're trying to build with even the Gutenberg page builder. The final step is payment, and that's where it'll show any of the normal WooCommerce components. Also, if you use LaunchFlows, you can hide and enable the automatically saving payment information here for Stripe. So let me show you how that would work. Here, there's just one short code. That's it. Just drop one short code and you got the whole thing ready to rock and roll. Nothing to design, and yet it still has all the custom features. You can, of course, still use it with the full width or with the canvas, which means you can either show or hide the normal headers. And let me put in a functional shortcode here, which, again, it's really neat using these old-fashioned shortcodes because they're very simple. You just copy and paste from LaunchFlows. But here we're going to do LaunchFlows save Stripe CC. And that means I'm going to save the credit card info, which will work perfectly well here as well. So you'll notice that the option under payment no longer will show saving the credit card. It'll just save it automatically. Now remember I said a minute ago that if this is a virtual product, we don't need to show them the shipping fields. So let's go to our test product and make it virtual. When we do, the product that is in the cart will signal LaunchFlows to change the available options, and you'll notice that when I refresh the page, now there's no longer a shipping option, which makes this really easier for you and for your customers. So without doing anything, LaunchFlows has a functionality to search into the cart, see what's in there, automatically change which options are shown. Now, if it turns out you've got some unusual setup that you can't use this functionality for, just build the checkout with the normal LaunchFlows components. It's still available to you. Just don't double them up. So in other words, don't use this combined component with the tabbed option and then also put in another shortcode or another widget to do the billing details. It would be duplicative. But as far as functionality is concerned, what's really neat is with just one shortcode, you get a really nice, clean, elegant look and feel. You can still do things like adding a product bump. So for example, if I duplicated this and I changed this to be LaunchFlows LF bump product equals 12, happens to be the same product, but that's okay. You could still do the functionality of always in the cart or adding an array of bumps. That allows you to give it an easy way for the person who's the buyer to add and remove it. You'll notice that that also triggered some of the warnings over here. We've got the login notice built in, as well as the other cart notices, which makes this super convenient. And then finally, it's responsive. So let's go into inspector mode. And when I go into, let me move me out of the way. When I go into whatever particular size device, you'll notice that it scales nicely. So I have iPhone, iPad, might be a little hard to see. Let me make it a little bigger for you. So you'll notice that it scales nicely, automatically to a responsive layout so that it'll work on any mobile device. You don't have to do virtually anything. And that's the whole point of this. I'm going to be announcing an array of layouts in the form of singular shortcodes, as well as for Gutenberg, I'm going to be doing a combination of those as well as patterns, which means that I can also add into the patterns some other block components and popular things. It's very likely that you're going to see us doing some partnerships with some of the other pattern and theme and template authors, because they have indicated that they're interested in using LaunchFlows along with their products for sales funnels. But for those of you who are already on LaunchFlows, this kind of stuff with just using the built-in shortcode is going to be a piece of cake. So I'd love to hear your comments. I'm a little tired. It's been a long day, and I've been on a few shows today. If you're digging this thing, because last but not least, you'll probably ask, these are all translatable. So for example, the titles here, the words here, all that is translatable. So if you have a custom PO file, you can use PO Editor, you can use Loco Translate to put it in the language of your choice, or even to make clever words to describe the same stuff. Even if you're in English, you can change billing details to say, pay more money or something like that. Whatever you want to do makes no difference. It's all standard coded to the normal best practices of WordPress stuff. I'm going to get some sleep. I would love to hear from you guys and see if this is interesting. This should come out in version 3.5.3. I will probably either release this on its own tomorrow, or I might try to squeeze in, if I can finish the details, the dynamic product checkout page, which kind of goes hand in hand with that. And that is that I wanted to improve the experience of being able to take the normal WooCommerce product page and instantly turning it into its own checkout, so that you don't have to do a lot of work. You've already got a product page. You might as well be able to use it as a sales page to sell the product right there. Okay, this is Spence from LaunchFlows. I'll see you in the next video.